Hello. Welcome to Beyond Common Business Secrets. I'm your host, Tracy Watts Serino. And today's topic of conversation is 5 ways imposter syndrome sabotages your success. And we're going to give you some actionable fixes. So, as an award-winning podcast host, a 5-time international bestselling author, a human design teacher and guide, and a personal development and business growth strategist, I am always in conversations with women, right? Because I help female business owners who are looking for that next level of growth, that next level of success. So it's like one of those things that I help female business owners and entrepreneurs who are just sick, who are sick to death of settling for less than they deserve. I help them set up the best systems and strategies so that they can optimize their energy and productivity without creating more hustle and overwhelm. And I have to tell you that I see this firsthand all the time, that this topic of self-sabotage seems to come up all the time. As I work with clients, this is a topic that comes up so often in my, one-to-one sessions. It also comes up from students that are in our various courses. So the thing is that if if I had a magic wand and I could just cure the world of it, I would love to remove that like self-doubt and that feeling of not being enough. Like if we could just fix the self-sabotage and send it packing for life, that is my, fairy tale wish that I wish I could give to all of you. So, as always, we so appreciate you being here and encourage you to subscribe to our podcast, Beyond Common Business Secrets, wherever you are listening. So, wherever you are listening, subscribe, leave us a review, and join our private Facebook group. It's called Beyond Common Women in Business Supportive Community. So join our group to get, access and to keep the conversation going. And every week, remember that you can visit our website, tracywatserino.com, for more resources and more support. So let's dive in to imposter syndrome, right? Like, love it or hate it, this is something that is like, oh my goodness, it keeps coming up. And in the past, I would say 10 years, this phrase of calling it imposter syndrome, this coined phrase has become more common than ever before. But imposter syndrome itself is really defined as like persistent self-doubt. It's like, despite all of your accomplishments, despite all the things that people tell you that you're amazing about, you have persistent self-doubt and it creeps in at the worst times. So, how this impacts entrepreneurs, especially like female leaders, and it adds another layer if you're a mom juggling multiple roles, right? It adds another layer of more self-sabotage, more feelings of inadequacy and not being enough. So, one of the things that I see so often is I have clients that have achieved every award and success imaginable in their industry. They have every accreditation, every award. They are killing it. And they still confide in me that they feel unworthy and not enough to truly be successful. And that is why this topic is so, like, I'm just so passionate about it. And I really want us to walk away with some tangible fixes that you can put into action right away. So, it's one of the things that breaks my heart. I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you know this amazing person that I'm talking to? Um, when I have clients and friends that are not seeing their true value and their true worth, it just breaks my heart for them. So I am always like, borrow my voice and how fabulous I see you until you find your own voice to share these love notes with yourself. So that is something that I have been, preaching as long as I can remember. But the 5 ways imposter syndrome sabotages your success. Let's dig into it. Are you ready? Now, for those of you that are driving, it's all good. But if you are, where you can write this down, definitely get out a pen, get out a notebook, because we're going to dig in. So, 5 ways imposter syndrome sabotages your success. So, number one is procrastination and over preparation. So, there's a statistic, I believe it was Success Magazine, that said that 60% of men, or I'm sorry, yeah, I think it was higher than that. It was like 85% of men will apply for a job if they're only 60% qualified. On the flip side, 100% of women, 100%, which is so crazy, right? Will only apply for a job that they're 110% qualified for. So, this procrastination and over preparation, this comes from the fear of not being enough, um, which leads to lots of delays and wasted time, right? And then an example of this is like preparing endlessly for projects instead of actually executing them. So you might start applying for your dream job and then say, oh, I'm not qualified. So then you're going to go back to school and start over because you think you need another certification, which is going to delay this even longer and make it take even longer when somebody else that's only 60% qualified might apply for that job and you are already 85% qualified. So think about that because this comes up all the time. So put yourself out there. And yeah, sometimes we do need another certification. Sometimes we have enough certifications, enough awards, enough accreditations, and we need to go all in. So think that through before procrastinating more. Number 2 is underpricing and undervaluing your services. Now, any of you that have coached with me ever, you know that this is like, oh, such a pain point for me. So, the tendency to charge less due to fear of being found out, oh, they're going to find out I don't know what that I'm really doing, or I'm not as good as someone, like all this BS. It's such a backwards conversation that is not serving you. Embody the essence of being the most amazing, loving, wealthy, healthy woman that you are. You already are her. So just embody that essence. So this is linked to like mindset blocks that keep business owners stuck. You have to get paid and you need to get paid well to perform the services. Do not undervalue yourself. Do not undercut yourself because chances are the person that's seeking your services would have paid double. You have no idea. You do not have to come at this as less than. So again, borrow my voice until you find it within yourself that you are already worthy of this. You already get to charge a premium for your products and services. That is what makes you so special. So then number 3 is avoiding visibility. And I have been guilty of this a lot in my life, I will say. But avoiding visibility is reluctance to promote yourself due to fear of criticism. Like, oh, well, maybe I'll just stay back here till I do one more thing or till I have one more. For me, it was like, oh, I need one more best-selling book to be worthy of sharing it with the world. Like, seriously, we have to take a moment and check this sort of inner dialogue that is just bananas. Like, it's not serving you, and we need to stop the madness. So, one of the things that I see that hinders like brand growth and client retention is that avoiding visibility. Like I have so many people that are like, oh, I would love to be speaking at a big event or write a book or on a podcast. And I'm like, okay, great. Like, I'd love to help you with that. Oh, I have to do these 12 things first. Where I'm like, no, you do not. We can already take your beautiful, brilliant expertise and package it into this most amazing package, right? That the world doesn't have yet because no one can do it the way that you do it. That is what makes you so amazing. So we need to just cut out the sabotage and just get rid of it altogether. So then the number 4 is overworking to prove yourself. This is another one that has shown up in my life to the extreme level often, so many times. So overworking to prove yourself is taking on way too much to compensate for, feeling inadequate. So, I was really guilty of this in the beginning of building like my first salon team. Like I didn't trust that my work was good enough and I can just, say, oh yeah, I can do that. I tried to, win people over and, do even more from inadequacy. And I did the same thing when I was starting out in my coaching business. I had 3 clean packages that you could choose from. And it was like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. And what would happen is oftentimes people would pick like the middle tier. So the package right in the middle. But then they would ask for the top tier stuff. So they would ask for more work, more stuff, and they didn't pay for it. But I felt guilty or maybe like unworthy somehow, and I would do it. And then I would get angry and burnt out. And it was my fault. Like at the end of the day, it was like I was undervaluing myself and coming from a place of inadequacy. And that is not going to help you grow and scale your business. So it's so funny because even though in the other industries that I had worked in before, I had figured this all out. It is so interesting that when you completely transition and shift gears to something else, the the self-sabotage comes up in a whole new way, even if you think you've already learned the lesson. So take it from me, these are sneaky. They're sneaky little invaders that like corrupt our mind. And you need help and support to push them away because you are already worthy of all the success that you've already imagined, period, right? It's like, period. So when we start overworking just to prove ourselves, this can really, really take an impact like on your life on your life in so many profound ways. It can start impacting your health, it can impact your relationships, it can impact your creativity and your productivity, which then kind of makes us feel like not our best self. So then, it starts attacking our self-worth, which is the opposite of what you need when you are putting yourself out there, shining like a bright light in your business, in your area of expertise. So you want to understand that you've already proven yourself. You've got this. And now you have to trust that your client, your customer chose you for a reason, and you have to trust that you've already done the work and it's more than enough. The fifth and final thing is difficulty celebrating success. So, how many of you are, or I should say it this way, how often have you just brushed under the rug some big achievement? Like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, thanks. When someone's trying to celebrate you. Like I have so many clients that are number 1 bestselling authors. And it's so funny that I'm like, oh my goodness, we need to celebrate this big. It needs to be this big, like, woohoo. What are you doing to celebrate? What are you doing to celebrate? What are you doing to take care of yourself during this time and really make it known? Because when you do something super big, like publish a number 1 international bestselling book, we don't talk about it just once. We talk about it forever. It's always part of your marketing. And you never want to shy away from that. So if you have received this amazing accolade, this amazing award, or even this amazing certification in your industry, you need to talk about it like forever, because even your closest friends, I had this moment a couple weeks ago where I was at dinner with a very close friend. We're super close. I love her. We're both busy moms, so we haven't gotten together as often as we used to, but she was so cute. She goes, "Oh, one of these days I'm going to write a book, a best-selling book just like you." And I said, "Oh, darling, I have 5 of them." And she was like, "Are you kidding me? I didn't even know that." And this is one of my close friends. And so it's so funny how you can never say it enough. You are not, you are not celebrating yourself enough. So trust me when I tell you, even if you were talking about yourself all day long, you are not going to sound like an egomaniac. You are not going to sound like someone that's so full of themselves, because even your closest friends and even family are not paying that much attention to you, because they're paying attention to themselves. So we tend to self-sabotage in this like difficulty celebrating our success, because somehow we think other people are going to think we're not worthy. So it goes right back to this. So this, this is one of these things that this attributes to like looking at our achievements, maybe like as if we're lucky, or you know, we just discount our skill and effort that we put in, and we just kind of sweep it under the rug. And this is going to take an emotional and psychological toll on you when you continue to downplay your accomplishments. So that was all the bad news, right? So how do we fix this? So one of the best tools that I have ever found, for both myself and my clients, and I have to just be completely transparent here. I test every tool. Like, I am an innovation junkie, and I love finding all the new tools, the new technologies. It's just like, oh, I got to know that. So I test everything. I've tested them all. And my just the absolute best tool I've ever found for both myself and my clients is human design, which, if you're not familiar with human design, it is a tool that is based on the science of differentiation. So this is more about honoring and celebrating all of our differences with self-awareness and energetic alignment. And I love it. Like, I have taken every single personality test known to mankind. I even one time created a binder for my husband when he was saying, like, this is early on in our marriage, when he was saying, like, "I don't get you. Like, where do you come up with this? Like, what now?" Or whatever he was saying. I created a binder that had every personality test. So anytime he would be like, "I don't get you," I'd be like, "Here you go. Refer to the Tracy manual." And the thing is that all of those personality tests, like, it depends what state of mind you're in. It depends what's going on. It depends what environment you're in. There are so many variables that they are helpful, but it doesn't give us a true picture of the whole story. So why human design is such a valuable tool is because it's based on the differentiation. Like, let's honor and celebrate what makes you unique and special. And I can still be unique and special, and we can celebrate our differences together in a way that actually brings us closer together. So, to break down, so if you're familiar with human design, then you already know that there's 5 energy types. But if you are not, there are 5 energy types, and there is manifester, generator, manifesting generator, projector, and reflector. So those are the 5 energy types. And if you already have your human design chart, you'll see that there's like all these little energy centers when you pull your body graph. Now, if you do not have one, I will include in the show notes how you can grab a free download from us of your human design chart. And then we also have more advanced stuff. Like, you can do a recorded reading or a deep dive human design strategy session, which is all about digging into this even more so that you're aligning your energy perfect with what's like best for you, like what's going to bring the greatest good. So Here's the breakdown of fixes. So by each energy type. So as a manifester, how you can sort of fix the say that quick, right? This self-sabotaging behavior is if you're a manifester, you want to trust your initiating power. You want to stop seeking constant validation and just trust that if you have the urge, this creative urge to initiate something, it's meant for you. Go for it. Just go for it. So, number two, the generators. The fix for you when it comes to your self sabotaging behavior, it would be to focus on what lights you up. Avoid burnout by saying no to misaligned tasks. You do not have to say yes to everything. You get to, woohoo, you get to say no to things that don't light you up. And you have to trust that you know what's right for you. Like if you're not getting those tingly senses, it's not for you. Manifesting generators, embrace your multi-passionate nature while maintaining focus. You are the rare breed that even though everybody will tell you, oh, we can't multitask and da 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 da, everyone has, you were born to multitask. This feeds your energy. This is fuel for you. And you do not have to apologize for it. Be you, be the multifaceted, passionate human that you are. And you can still maintain focus on the things that you are multi passionate about. Projectors, recognize your leadership abilities. Let go of overworking to prove your worth. You are brilliant. You are the divine guides for us all. You don't have to prove it. Trust that. Just trust that. And then reflector, celebrate your uniqueness and avoid comparing yourself to others. You get to pull and sample from everything around you. So celebrate that unique wonderfulness that you are. So some practical tools and resources for going even deeper are like journal prompts. So what you can do are like really digging in. I have a journal like ritual that I do almost daily, and it really helps keep this stuff at bay. So I highly recommend journal prompts for imposter syndrome. Two of my favorites are what evidence supports my success, right? Write down all the things that you've been successful at. And if you can't come up with them, ask your friends and family because I know the list is long. So don't be shy, ask. And if you need to make yourself a beautiful display that has this like in a framed thing so that you never forget again, then do that, right? Another one of my favorites is what makes me feel unworthy? And is it true? So often when you call it out, like what's making me feel unworthy? Oh, I need another certification. I need to make millions and millions of dollars in this one industry before I can say I'm an expert. Like I know that was true for me as I started switching industries. And the thing is like, is that true? You know, is it true? And when we just ask it during journal writing or saying it out loud, you will innately know the answer, and trust that. So I created some affirmations that are tailored to each energy type. So this is an affirmation that you can write down if you're a manifester. So if you're a manifester, say, I am powerful and I am loved. I am powerful and I am loved. If you're a generator, a powerful manifestation affirmation for you, a powerful affirmation for you would be, I know exactly what is a yes for me. I know exactly what is a yes for me. As a manifesting generator, a powerful affirmation for you would be, I am loved and appreciated for my multi-passionate nature. I am loved and appreciated for my multi-passionate, multifaceted nature. Whichever word like lights you up more, use that. My projector friends, your affirmation is, I am a natural leader and I know when to rest for my greatest good. Yes, feel it. Isn't that one I love because I have a lot of projector friends and I love and adore them all. So my reflector friends, your affirmation is, I am special and unique. And that is what makes me special, right? That is it. You you are special and unique, and that is it. That is what makes you special and unique. So I I strongly urge you to write down these affirmations and really allow them to sink in. Journal write, say them out loud. Really get into redefining what your energy brings to the table instead of allowing self-sabotaging behavior to come in and hijack all the beautiful, amazing work that you've done. I strongly urge you to grab your free chart if you have not already run your body graph, or book a deep dive human design strategy session with me, or even just, purchase the recorded reading. Any one of those will allow you to go deeper. And for those of you that are wanting to really master your energy and master your design, I have created a 12-month long mentorship that is all about self-discovery, healing. We pull in shamanic practices, lots of energy alignment through human design, and all of my most successful business systems and strategies. So it's pulled all together. So if you're really in that position that you want to go deeper, check out the show notes and I will have that all in there for you. Um, but to recap, the 5 ways in imposter syndrome sabotages success is really about, just tapping into your own unique energy and getting out of it, like breaking free. Because when we allow that, what I call that like crazy monkey mind to run on autopilot, it's sharing a story that is a false narrative. That is not who you are. That was programmed hundreds of billions of years ago when we were just designed as humans to, be safe from tigers. I understand that there's no tigers probably chasing any of you that are listening to this in the wild right now. But the other things that come up can feel like that. So that's where we have to lasso that mind and pull it back in. And utilizing any of these affirmations and energy alignment practices will help you get there so much faster. So know that you are amongst friends here, and imposter syndrome, we just need to bury that in the dust, right? So we're done with that. So I strongly encourage you to even listen to this episode again, if you want to write those affirmations. And definitely, if you are somebody that wants to dive deeper into knowing more about your human design and how you can really maximize your energy, book your human design deep dive strategy, or think about joining the 12-month mentorship. So, as always, you are beyond amazing, and we're so grateful that you're here. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave us a review. We love that. And as always, thank you so much for being here, and I cannot wait to see you on the next one.